Good morning, guys. It is my last day here at Schneider training. I don't know what's going on with my video, but it looks really weird. Anyway, I just want to come on here and tell you guys, I couldn't do any video while I was here because they don't allow that, and I understand that. I don't think it's a very good policy to allow people to be making videos while you're on their yard. Not sure what I want to say this morning, except that I'm proud of the fact that I was able to get this done and to pass. And I'm really nervous about going on the road with a personal trainer again, just because of the way things were before. Not that any of it was Jana's fault or anything. It was not, in my opinion, a very good company, because they didn't really take the time to take care of their drivers like Schneider does. I mean, I'm so impressed with this company, but I don't want to say a lot about that because I do want to actually make my own video about the training here and how everything went. So I'm about to go in. I actually drove my own vehicle this morning instead of riding the bus, because right now there's not a lot going on for those of us who are waiting for our trainers to pick us up. So I didn't want to be sitting here all afternoon, even though I could have technically slept in. I woke up at 3 and couldn't go back to sleep because, well, 3:30, because I just get so keyed up I can't sleep. So anyway, but I'm gonna get off here and I will come back to you guys in just a little while. So I was thinking about giving you guys an update about where I am right now. I'm actually in the second part of the training process. I am with Schneider. I decided to go with Schneider, and I do want to make a video about that training process, but for my subscribers, I'm just going to make a video concerning where I'm at right now. So yesterday I left the operating center up in Indianapolis and was finished, graduated from that school, and decided I could have stayed overnight up there at that hotel, and then I was due to come and check into this hotel the next day, which is Saturday. But I decided, since I could do what I wanted to do, I was going to drive home. And so that's what I did. I left out about 2:30 yesterday. It's kind of crazy to think about it right now, but I left out at 2:30 and drove to the location I'm at right now, filled my tank, because I'll be reimbursed for that, and then I went on home, which is 2 hours from here. Well, before I went home, I went to surprise Jiraiya, but apparently Jiraiya was not surprised at all, because he is so prophetic. That child had checked off every single day yesterday. He checked off every single day on the little calendar that I made for the 3 weeks that I would be gone from home, because I didn't expect to be able to run home. So I showed up down there at 9:50 at night, wore out, so wore out, because I had gotten up at 3:30 in the morning yesterday morning. So I was really tired, and spent time with them, and then went home, got some sleep, but not enough because of Thomas's alarm on his phone that went off, and ended up getting up and doing some gardening that needed to be done because things had overgrown. Anyway, so headed out from down there again at 2:30. It was closer to 3 by the time I actually got on the interstate, though. because I had some errands to run in town. So I am super tired. I'm going to hop off here and get some rest because I'm supposed to meet with a trainer tomorrow and one of the students from the school, which I'm really, really glad one of the students is going to be here too. So then it begins. So it's reefer training. It's going to be a reefer truck, which I actually did not know until yesterday. Found out yesterday. Got the student handbook or the handbook or whatever you want to call it. Had to read it. Had to be tested on it. There has been so much happening like in the past 2 weeks. I am just, it's a lot. It's overwhelming. But I'm very thankful that I have a family that supports me and loves me, and I support them and love them, and that really helps a lot. So I'm gonna hop off here. Hope everybody has a good evening, and we're just gonna have to transition with what's happening right now as far as my channel is concerned. And look at this big bruise. I don't know how I got that. It must have been on one of the trucks or something. But it's painful. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon. Hey guys, I hope everybody's doing okay. I thought I would stop in and make a video. So I'm doing my clothes. I'm back home right now. Been gone for 3 weeks. I popped in one time overnight last weekend, but I've been gone the rest of the time. So I decided to go with Schneider. That's the trucking company. I don't know if I've mentioned that in my video clips prior to this one because I do not remember. It's been a long several weeks. I will say this company, the people in it genuinely care about what they're doing. That's the biggest thing I can say about this company. They put you through some rigorous training, which is really good. If you're going to be out driving a big, huge vehicle, you need to be trained for it. So I really highly recommend this company for that very reason. I have met some great people. I'm really glad to have new friends. Some of them I haven't heard from all this week because they were out with their trainers. I had a great trainer this week. He was really easygoing. He was very helpful. He helped us learn what we need to learn, but he was super nice, and he helped us to be comfortable to where we weren't all geared up and anxious and everything. So he was a really good trainer. I was blessed by that. And Earl, one of the people from Schneider from the school part, actually was on the truck as well, and I got to know him. He's a really nice guy. I'm just super glad to have met the people that I've met. It's just awesome. I love meeting new people. So came back home, I'm like, what do I do? First thing I did was stop to see Rhonda, one of my good friends. She has a jewelry store here in town, and I stopped in to see her, and that was super good. And of course, doing my laundry. So the plan is later today, we're going to pick up Jiraiya and go to the trout farm, English Mountain Trout Farm. I have a bad accent, guys. You know how it is. If you watch my channel, you know how it is. It'll be okay. So, I'm giving you guys an update, and we'll get some footage from the trout farm. Everything is pristine here except for what people come and leave, and it's disgusting. So yeah, I'm on the lake. No, I'm not on a truck. Yeah, I got my baby suit on. Yeah, I came off the truck, guys. So why did I get off the truck? Well, after almost 6 weeks, after 5 weeks of training, I finally got into the truck by myself. Before I got to the first exit, something blew. It was actually a big air hose, what do you call that? Anyway, big hose blew. I'm trying to think of the part, but I can't think of the part right now. So anyway, I had to sit there at that exit for about an hour to an hour and a half. One of my triangles broke when I was trying to put it out. Yeah, that sucked. Like, that was my first. So I didn't even get to start out until about 12:30. So by the time I actually started driving, it was about 2 to 2:30, I think. And yeah, so that's where it started. So I did do my pre-trip on the truck, but when I did my brake test, I guess I didn't pull forward and hit the brakes hard enough. So when I was actually heading toward Clinch Mountain, yeah, I'm hitting my brakes and it's jerking to the left really hard. This is before I got up to cross the mountain, so I thought, oh my gosh, I'm gonna cross this mountain, the brakes are bad, and I was not looking forward to that. But I crossed the mountain. God kind of coached me through it. Got to the first delivery, got to the fuel stop, got to the second delivery, and that was fine. But by the time I got to start back, it was getting late. So ended up crossing, I guess they call it Jellicoe Mountain. Finally got to a rest stop at like 11:30. So I shut the truck down, called in, told him I wasn't going to make it back at that time, and stayed all night there. And if you could believe it, during the night, there just happened to be one spot that I could actually get into. Somebody's pecking on the glass in the middle of the night. So that kind of sucked. Well, I was supposed to be off the next day, but here I was still sitting in the truck. Had to wait till my 10-hour clock ran out so I could actually start it up and drive back. So I finally get back about 10:30, and I get started home at about 11 o'clock. Oh yeah, and I drove around the yard like 4 times, could not park the truck. I just couldn't park it. Are you going to be a mean boy? No, don't you go back to that water without Papa. Where is that boy? Don't you walk in that poopy over there. am. Oh crap.
I'll have to downside from the house.
Hey guys, I'm trying to get my next video made. It's just been really difficult. So I think I left off telling you guys about the Friday when I had to stay out at the rest area. And I apologize because I have a cold of some sort, and I'm actually headed out to the follow-up appointment for my iron treatments and to have my iron checked. So they're going to draw blood today. So anyway, trying to get my next video made, which I'm kind of out of practice right now. But so I had come home, slept from 6 to 6 something Saturday night to Sunday, and then Monday morning I went back up, got my assignment, which was actually Maryville and Alcoa Walmart, because I had a Walmart account, and I didn't leave out until 12 o'clock. So still, it went well, and I made it down there without a hitch. The truck was fully loaded. There were pallets all the way to the back. It was pretty heavy, but I think it was like 70,000, I don't know. No, it wasn't 70,000. It was like 33,000 and 31,000 and 33,000 or something. It was, anyway, it was pretty heavy. So I got stuck in traffic on 75 South because they're doing construction there. and then went on down into Knoxville. Everything went well there. It wasn't really a problem. But while I was on my way down there, the thought hit my mind, like, this is just not for me. This job is not for me. I didn't feel like I could sustain that, like, because we were working pretty much 8 o'clock until sometimes 9:30 at night, sometimes 10:30, and then that one night till 11:30. So I felt like, you know, what am I doing? And I made the decision. I called Thomas. I talked to him about it. And I just made the decision that this was not for me. Dear Lord, I can't go anywhere unless I get a tail. Like, everywhere I go, there's got to be somebody there to try to push me. So, whatever. Anyway, so I told Larry about it. Larry was my training engineer, and I saw him actually at the Alcoa store, and I told him, I was like, this is just not for me. I think I'm just going to be done. And so when I came back, he actually helped me park, because I was really struggling with all the white trailers and the lack of contrast or whatever. I didn't have any trouble docking. I was actually doing really well at that, and I had the routine down, but anyway. So then I was kind of second guessing myself that night, and just really praying and struggling with it, because I had spent like the past 6 weeks, 5 weeks, whatever, training for this, and I really worked hard. So it was a huge disappointment for me to let go of it. But in the end, Tuesday morning, I decided I'm gonna go home, and I called him and told him, and as soon as I did that, I just had this relief just wash over me. I had peace where I hadn't had peace. I knew right then that I had made the right decision, but I didn't understand why. And so I'm still kind of grappling with that, like, why did this happen, you know? So I am probably going to look for something local to where I could be home every day, because Jiraiya was another thing. When I saw him later Tuesday, he let me know that I had made the right decision, because that child, I went to see him, and he just would not leave my side. He would not leave my lap, and he did not want Meemaw to go anywhere. So this is such a horrible place to try to get out. So anyway, also my friend Dondi that I had gone to the museum with in my previous video, she had texted me and said she was coming down. She lives one road back that way, and I said, well, I'm going to be in Kentucky. I was based in London, Kentucky, out of that operating center, and I said, well, I'm going to be in Kentucky. I won't be back there. And I was just so disappointed, having just lost Sandra, and I've lost so many of my friends. And she's, you know, Dondi's moved to Indiana. I was just like, man, this is just taking my life away from me. Plus, there's the fact that I haven't made any videos because I couldn't get my camera out. They don't allow you to use your phone in the truck. So it just wasn't for me. But I do want to say this. The Schneider training program was top notch. It was really good. The instructors were good, with the exception of one that I had an issue with. Everybody else was fine. Everybody was actually great. Larry was a good training engineer. He was very thorough with his job. He was a good teacher. And I made some really good friends while I was gone. I haven't got to talk to them since then yet, but hopefully they'll catch this video. And we swapped phone numbers and everything. So yeah, it was really good training at the operating center in Indianapolis. I got educated about Indianapolis. I mean, the traffic up there is terrible. The drivers are crazy, and it is what it is. So I'm gonna end up doing some work for Dondi. She's got to sell her house, and as most of you know, cleaning and doing stuff like that is right up my alley, and it'll give me time to kind of search and see what I want to do, and you know, how to go from here. But that's where I'm at, and so sorry for you, but you got trapped there because you're speeding. Yeah, I'm just glad to be back, and I'm glad to be talking to you guys, and thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for riding along with me, and hopefully we'll be finding some more adventures here at home for a little bit until I figure out the next step. So say a little prayer, because I just want to do things God's way. And I just want to give a shout out to all my new subscribers and my new friends that I met along the way. Welcome to my life at home, and thanks for being my friend, and I'm so glad that you've joined the journey. So with that being said, I'm gonna go to the doctor's appointment.